Nicola Sturgeon has defended her plan to ease lockdown and revised some of her advice. She suggested parts of Scotland could be under level 2 restrictions when rules begin to be relaxed at the end of April. That's a slight change in tone from yesterday when we were told to expect level 3.
Now, we don't know what the level system will look like when it comes back, but last year, level 2 meant restaurants and pubs could stay open, although you had to have a meal to drink alcohol. Shops could open as well. Outdoor group sport was allowed, as were funerals and weddings with up to 20 people. But you still couldn't meet others indoors, and you weren't allowed to travel to areas in higher levels. For families separated by hundreds of miles and across the nations of the UK, there are no clear answers yet, as the Nine's India Grant reports.
Hello, Julie, siwr Fi'n iawn, diolch.
Lynn and Matt haven't seen their family in Wales for months. Since Boxing Day, they haven't been able to leave Scotland and they don't know when they will next see their family. We don't yet have any clarity in terms of visiting people in other parts of the UK, and I was wondering how much that affects you both.
It's quite frustrating, really, isn't it? Because, you know, we've got family in other parts of this country and we can't visit them because you can't make plans, you can't forward plans, you can't book holidays to go and visit. And it's been quite frustrating, but we understand it's got to be the way it is. But it is, however, very frustrating.
It has to be data-driven and not date-driven. And I think most sensible people are happy to sit tight and wait until the conditions are right and then go and enjoy ourselves.
Some asked for clarity after the First Minister's statement, but at the briefing today, this was not forthcoming.
It may be by the time we get to the 26th of April, we have greater confidence in where we are in the fight against the virus, that some parts of the country can go straight to level 2. And hopefully we might see the whole country go to level 2 in the not too distant future after the 26th of April.
There you go, are you saying hello?
Georgina lives in Stewarton. Her family are up in Buckie. She's finding the lack of clarity hard to deal with.
I find this continual 2-week rolling cycle of being told we'll tell you what's happening in 2 weeks really difficult. I like to have something to work towards, and even if that was a caveat of, well, we know this might change, yeah, it would feel more positive to have a date. But while I appreciate that's very difficult given the current circumstances, and I know other mums have said they're quite okay with the 2-week rolling progress, but I prefer a date, yeah.
Hello.
Hiya, how are you?
It's not just those in Scotland left in limbo. Lisa and her partner live down in England. The last time she hugged her dad was February last year.
It's quite difficult that my dad has MS and has to live in a care home because his needs are too high. And I must stress, they've been absolutely wonderful with my dad, but we had a wedding this time ago last year, and I got to hug my dad then literally a year ago, and I said, hopefully it won't be too long until I properly see you, and that is it. I have seen him, I think I counted 4 times from February to about August.
For the opposition, the lack of clarity is unacceptable.
First Minister's roadmap was a non-roadmap. It lacked any hope or optimism for people throughout Scotland, and that's a real disappointment and a real worry. We don't know when these restrictions will be lifted, and we all expected that we would have that roadmap out of this lockdown conditions, and that's what we desperately want to see, not waiting another 3 weeks.
The route map has been laid out. It's now for us to see what road Scotland takes. India Grant, BBC News.